So we are going to be live streaming throughout the evening. You can see there's things set up and ready for the multitude of guests who will come. We have over here we've got a monitor that's going to be showing a scene from Great Solar War we've never shown, and also a new video that shows exactly where we're headed for Space Command. And also, I don't know if there's a chat capability on this, but so we can answer questions. But this is Sage Dela Cruz. She's in Space Command and helping us on many fronts. And if you want to see her play Ripley in Alien, just go to the Alien High School, play on Sci-Fi, and you can see all of it in this glory.
Hello, welcome to our first speaker.
Yay! Cheers! Excellent. You are the proud, the few.
We are very excited to have you tonight.
We are. And and we're going to be talking about exactly the projects we're going to be doing. This Superman shirt, by the way, was just given to me by Bill Mooney when I met him when I was 7. His favorite was stones, and it's a few weeks ago, doing this Superman's shirt collection. But he had laundered it before he gave it to me, so I'm grateful for that. Well, yeah, but or you clone it, but from the DNA. But this is my kingdom, my little kingdom. 3 sound stages full of cool stuff.
Hello, Cat 76.
Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. So so we will be answering questions and talking. Maybe we can start with like a little tour of where we are and what we're doing. Throughout the night, I'll be giving tours to the various people who attend. But I can start with this is part of the alien ship that we built for forgiveness. We're expanding that for the Solar War. So we have bits and pieces that we're going to be assembling. And here's the command chair for the starship in Great Solar War. And these are more of the huge alien ship that we have put together. Then we're also going to be building a human cargo ship. And this item will be in that. That is from the Santa Claus 2, and it's just incredibly cool. You can get this stuff for like pennies on the dollar, and the cargo ship is very low tech and so forth. Here's Eve the space dog. Hi, there she is. Yeah, great. And here's more of the. Here's the FTL prototype vascular light ship that we see in Great Solar War that Jay Pritchard built for us. And here's part of the Paladin consoles. And these are chairs from Cloverfield Paradox and the captain's chair from Space Command. Yes, a photo op, definitely. And then we had a lab set up for Rowan Massey, who's the granddaughter of Greg Massey. And so this is, Steve Huff put this together. And then over here is something I acquired in my travels, which is a Jewish space laser control, which is really fun. And then bits and pieces that I've come. That's that's a proton pack from Ghostbusters. I felt like I had to show that because I worked for Ghostbusters back in the day. And we're laying out food now. Chew and eat it. Also over here, there's this is the sort of the kiddie corner where we have space helmets that were sold for relating to various space shows to children, and then this is a Tom jacket. I'm probably gonna get one of those made for me. And here's the box of paper. I mean, eBay is my friend. But if you want to see a little more of what these things are, this was a space helmet that I actually had when I was a kid. It was made to promote Men into Space in 1959 series. That's short-lived series on CBS that Twilight Zone used the helmets from and the spacesuits from. This is from from Toy Story. No, actually, I think it's Tom Tomorrow. I think that's a Tom Tomorrow one when they released the Tomorrowland movie. This is a Tom Cruise Space Cadet cap. This is a Hail Mary popcorn box of all things. This is a Spirit Halloween space helmet. This is space helmet. So now we are here. Hello, Richard. This is Disco Rich Kim, who co-wrote Forgiveness with us. This is a miniature Richard Kim.
Richard Jr.
Hi, good to meet you.
RJ.
Hi, RJ. Good to meet you. You want to wear a spacesuit? Hi.
Friend from school.
I'm glad he has friends. That's great.
He's an actor.
Hi, Oliver. You're an actor. Well, that's great. We'll be doing Hamlet later tonight. And hi.
And this is his mom, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Great. Well, you're more than welcome. This is Elaine, my wife, and that's this is Eve, the space dog, and then yeah, we have 3 sound stages. So yeah, pretty cool. Well, I actually wrote for a cartoon called Real Oscars.
He watches it all the
Yeah,
time.
well, we have you mean the one with the gorilla? You mean
No,
that?
no, the real Ghostbusters
The real the animated show.
with Egon and
Egon.
Eggman and Peter.
Yes. This is from Outland. Oh yeah, those have like about 30 species.
Not everybody has to be
Gladiator helmet. Yes, exactly. We're gonna probably raffle that off later tonight and we'll win it. So you never know. You never know. So and then you can, if you want to see the other 2 stages, I can take you.
Sure, that'd be great. Oh
Yeah,
wait, I've got food to drop.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a food tray. Okay. So yeah, so here I can keep going.
Here, this is how you
Oh,
switch
yeah.
the camera.
Oh no! That's
There's
how I
that
switch
little
the
button
camera.
right there.
We're live streaming Mr. Sci-Fi to the
Okay.
100,000 viewers, and so and this is first class over here. Yeah, we always like young actresses, of course. So yeah, and then here we are back. We're laying out the food. They're setting up the monitor, and then I walk over and give everyone a tour of stage. This is stage 3. This is a big stage. That's the alien spaceship. I mean, just really cool stuff. Hmm?
Are we in danger?
Yes, no doubt.
An Amber Alert that went out on everyone's phone.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Oh, that's some other kid.
Someone is coming to the party. So, yeah. This is where we've had our studio for all these years. And we'll be showing the episode that we co-wrote with your dad tonight.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was part of this. I thought you were showing solar footage or solar war footage.
We're showing we have over an hour and a half of that. Then we'll start to shoot 5 pilots, and then we're going to shoot the remaining 4 hours of Space Command this season. So so that would be great. And, it's funny because I saw Rock this morning at breakfast. We just ran into him, and he was having breakfast with a middle-aged man who was his son. He told me his kids. He doesn't have kids. He has adults.
Welcome to our new viewers. Thanks for joining.
Pretend that you're still young, because everybody stays the same. But yeah, it's wonderful. We're shooting. The actor can't come on the day.
You guys ready to see some cool spacesuits? Yes. Yes, there are plenty. Yeah, there is. There just hasn't been a comment in a couple minutes. Any questions? Yeah, feel free,
but
guys.
to the 100,000 of you on watching now, if you have questions, feel free to lob them at me. One thing we talked about yesterday in the meeting with our team is because of the thousands of hours.
Oh, you guys want to meet a movie star?
Movies. Yes. Which movie?
RJ. Oliver, who's an actor.
Yeah, congratulations.
And then
You're very
his
convincing.
mom is Susan there.
Yeah. So this is stage 1.
We're in Pico Rivera.
Congratulations.
Pico Rivera.
I'm glad you have friends. That's terrific. And hi, Thane. And Allison is in Space Command. And Steve Huff, of course, our Swiss Army knife performer and runs the physical studio. And yeah, come on in. Let's go stage 1 first. Okay. Stage 1, and then
We'll loop around.
2. Yeah.
Sounds good.
No,
Yes, we are at Space Command Studios currently in Pico Rivera.
Yeah, so one of the things I do.
These eyes look like they're staring into my soul.
Well, yeah, they are actually.
Oh my god,
In fact, they're sucking your soul out of you into that mannequin. So you're going to be a soulless creature for the rest of your life. So one of the things I do is, in addition to building and designing stuff from scratch, we also get spacesuits and props and sets from movies and TV shows after they're done. Yes. So the one on the left was used in a TV show called Twilight Zone, and it was also used in a TV show called The Outer Limits, and William Shatner wore that. This is from a 1950s TV show called Rocky Jones Space Ranger. That space helmet was sold in the 1950s to kids. So, and this is another one of those spacesuits from Twilight Zone Outer Limits. It was originally made for a show called Men into Space in 1959. And they made a contest where one of the categories was build a spacesuit entirely from parts from Home Depot for less than $100. And the winner was that guy.
Wow.
So
That was the winner?
that was the winner.
Yeah, somebody made it from scratch at home.
Yeah, exactly. And then
I see like the moving
right,
blankets.
and then over here is some pages of the graphic novel. We did a prequel that we did as an audio play with our actors, and then drew it as a graphic novel, and now we're combining the two into what's called an animatic, which is like an animated version of that story. Yeah. So then over here, yeah, neat, huh? And so these are DVDs, and anyone comes tonight if they want a DVD, they have some set up on stage 3. You're welcome to have them.
Doug Jones.
This is Doug Jones's helmet. Doug Jones has been in a lot of movies and TV shows. He was one of the leads on Star Trek Discovery. He starred in The Shape of Water as the creature.
Is this part for the credits?
That's one of the credits on one of the shows that I wrote
That's
for.
him.
I've written
That's
for a
Mark's
lot of
classic.
TV shows. Yeah, and this is when we were shooting with our cast on the Paladin set, our hero ship, and that's a statue of our hero, Jack Kemmer. And
The
this
main
is
character?
yes, and this is and that's Ethan McDowell. He's also in Walking Dead and Doom Patrol, lots of stuff. And then this is me, of course, and these are the Space Command insignia. And then in here,
Hey, Jacob, we miss you. Jacob
Yeah.
Charlo says hi.
hi
It's a
Jacob.
little.
Great. And over
Well,
here,
that's where we.
this is kind of an office. And
I like this.
it's fun, yeah. We used to. Yeah. And then I just took this afternoon decided
To decapitate it.
bent on that, I suppose. But then years ago, I wrote for a show called Deep Space Nine. It was one of the Star Trek shows, and that's the entire cast in an episode I came up with called Far Beyond the Stars. And that's me with Armin Shimmerman and Clark, and that's Udo, another character.
You want to see that?
And this, interestingly enough, this photo of Elaine and me is with Rod Serling's 6 Emmys. He wrote Twilight Zone. And then this is our cast. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Chinese checkers. Yeah. And then this is our cast, some of our cast. Yes, that's some of the comic book cast. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's neat. And so then over here, this is like the face hugger
From Alien.
Yeah.
That looks like a parasite.
It
is a parasite.
Good guess.
Yeah.
That is like a earring Roblox game.
This is the Twilight Zone Eye of the Beholder. So and then this is another thing that we're going to be using in Space Command. It lights up with red lights. As we'll have
Oh, here's my
pilot,
painting.
co-pilot on spaceship. Yeah. And then
No worse.
and then there was a movie called Total Recall that my friend Ron Cobb designed all the visuals. And so that's one of his blueprints for the Martian city on Mars. And then
That was the Schwarzenegger one, right? Not
yes,
the Colin Farrell one.
Schwarzenegger, yes. And then this is part of the pyramid in Stargate, in the Stargate movie.
Uh-huh.
And a friend of mine built the pyramid in Stargate. This is part of V'ger from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. My friend Greg Jean also built that. And this is a painting I did when I was in art school. The creepy doll.
Wow.
Very
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, it is. It is. And these are posters from very science fiction movies and the Buck Rogers comic strip from the 1930s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Don't do that. It's a mistake.
Who did you know on Stargate?
On Stargate?
On the movie, right?
My friend Greg Jean built. He built incredible things. He built the city in Blade Runner. He built the mothership in Close Encounters. He built Pyramid in Stargate. He built V'ger.
So Jeff Mark was at we were at Comic-Con one year, and he brought that guy because they had this.
Greg Jean.
He had his he had like all of his FX guys look at old Doctor Who stuff.
Yes.
And it was like, how would you make this at Home Depot? And then they would
Yes.
go through
Exactly.
this and that.
Well, years
And then,
ago. Oh, go ahead.
but then he was talking about when they blow up
Which
What
one,
they
the
blew
Death
up?
Star? Or?
No, they blew up the pyramid, and it was just like a.
Wow.
It was like a huge.
Oh, I mean, those guys were great with practical miniatures. Greg Jean, I said to him, because he built the city in Blade Runner, I said, that's one of my favorite movies. And I said, if you have anything from Blade Runner, I'd love to have it to be like a piece of the True Cross. So he gave me part of the city from Blade Runner. So I've got that at home.
Very nice.
So yeah, so we'll continue on over to here.
Look at this! I saw Echo Goku.
Well, yes, that's right. We use those in Space Command as well.
That looks like when you put a computer coding thing on your face.
It's very much a workshop.
Yeah. So this is from Umbrella Cat. It's a time machine.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna be using that in the carpet ship we're building.
Into it.
Yeah. And this is
Where would you go in time?
Spacesuit. This is from
Smart.
Rebel Moon,
So I
the
can figure
Rebel
out how
Moon
the world
film.
works.
I was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah. And then Spirit Halloween had these full-size subway cars made out of cardboard and plastic, and so they were 20 feet long, 8 feet wide, about 3 of them.
Wow.
And so these pieces over here from that, they look really good for cardboard. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just,
Use them to build a subway platform at some point.
Isn't that great?
That time machine might be fake. No, it absolutely works. I promise.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back to before. Yeah.
The subway cars were $200 each. I mean, incredible. And we've been using so many bits and pieces. These are, I have two of these. These are warheads from the movie War Games.
Oh, right.
Greg Jean made those also. The Cyrillic on it doesn't say anything. It's just gout. It's just gibberish. We just kind of put it on to dress it. And we set this up as a lab in the scene we were shooting for Great Solar War. And
It looks so good on camera. I mean, it
great.
looks great in person, but it really came out well.
Cloverfield Paradox. You know, and those are flats, you know, obviously, like bits and pieces.
Studio
of sets.
things.
Yeah, and then that's some just tools where we build stuff. But we can also set up a green screen here and shoot on green screen. We often have more than one stage up and running. So because Elaine and I direct together, we can divide the tasks. So sometimes I might be directing on green screen, or Elaine might while we're shooting on stage 3 of a big scene. So
Got it.
that's really cool.
What happens when you click that button?
When
Let's
you-
find out.
It triggers the ejection pads on the floor, and you know
Then we
that opens up. And
go
then
through
you
the sky.
sailing over Pico Rivera. That's all. It's pretty cool.
Come on, guys. We've got to get it moving so we can greet other guests as well.
Okay.
There's people.
This is terrific.
This is terrific.
Someone once went through my studio and said it's like walking through your head. And it's true. It is. That's absolutely right. And so over here, now we get the page.
And if anyone has any questions, again, please feel free to ask.
Yes, please. And
Another video stuff. It's out pages.
yeah. This is Greg Jean, my friend Greg Jean had a spacesuit from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh right.
And he made
Iconic.
a copy of the helmet, and then another company, they did an IBM commercial where they were asked to do the spacesuit from 2001. So I'm restoring that, so it'll be the full suit. So it's going to be really, really great.
Are those Flash Gordon panels?
Yes, those are Flash Gordon pages from the 30s, also Alex Raymond. And then this is the Hall of Heroes, which is a scene we just shot for Great Solar War. And then
Excellent.
this is
Just one
stage 2. And
How to work better? One thing at a time, no problem, mindful.
and ask questions, distinguish sense from nonsense, accept changes in their will, admit mistakes, say it simply, be calm, and smile.
Is that yours? Did you make that?
No, I actually found it at a swap meet.
Oh.
I thought that's words to live by. So, okay, so this is from Cloverfield Paradox. Actually, in Cloverfield Paradox, the best source of stuff to buy, to acquire, is a big budget science fiction TV show and movie that almost no one saw, but has incredible design.
Yeah.
Right? And so Cloverfield Paradox was one of those. So when I saw it, I called J.J. Abrams and I said, what are you going to do with those sets? And he said, well, we've already gotten rid of them. But fortunately, some of them came up for auction, and I was able to buy a bunch of them. So these are great.
Nice.
And yeah, they're not functional. It's just a movie prop.
Oh, so you make it look like you're typing
You
for the
do,
camera.
yes.
Yes,
Exactly,
absolutely.
yes.
You know, JJ packed up and went to New York.
Did he?
Yeah, he moved Bad Robot. Apparently they just weren't.
You know, they had like
Yeah.
nonstop projects.
Yeah.
And recently he's
Well, Hollywood is changing. So this is the spacesuit my mom got me when I was 12 years old. Western costume had a sale.
Can I go in it?
We have
Open
3
which they
rooms.
never do. And they sold this suit. It was $25. And it's a real spacesuit. It's a real one. And my mom bought it for me. It was used in the Twilight Zone. That's called Parallel. And I wore it in Space Command, of course. It's my big scene where I go, wow.
It looks great.
And then I love spacesuits. And see, the cool thing about science fiction is that it has the same aesthetic from movie to movie, to TV show to TV show. So you can bring all this together and it still works for us. So that's from Red Mars. Val Kilmer wore that suit. This is from Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, a 1950s TV show. He's also used in Space Patrol, another 1950s live TV
I
show.
think I told you, Space Patrol is now available on Tubi.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
those old episodes are
Yeah,
there.
I love that. It's one of my favorite shows. I actually got to meet the star when he was an old man. We had lunch. It was wonderful. And then that's from the Red Skelton Show. And this is from a movie called Dark Side of the Earth. Benedict Cumberbatch wore this.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And then this
That's
is
a Doctor Strange, RJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you asking a question?
Oh yeah, do you have a question?
Is this an e-carton?
Probably. This is just holding the space. We're gonna put a screen in here.
I was thinking that was a cupcake.
Well, God knows what it is. Well, even when you're in a spaceship, you want to have cupcakes, of course.
Unless you're about to eat
Yeah.
it.
But this is from Cloverfield Paradox. Also, as is this is great. This is the Russian spacesuit from 2010, the year we had contact. And that's a real no, actually, this is an escape helmet, a real space helmet that my friend Jay Pritchard gave me. He's now building sets for us. This is a prototype spacesuit and the helmet.
You know someone named Jay Pritchard?
Pritchard. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was Ed O'Neill's name on Modern Family.
That's very funny. It's close, but this is from 2010, the year we made contact. That's Charlie Lithgow's helmet, and this is from Star Trek: The Motion Picture and
right.
all of those. It's an engineering suit. This is the suit that was in when we did the Star Trek school with George Takei. We recreated the spacesuit from the Foley and Webb from the original Star Trek. And it's one of my favorite spacesuits. It looks like what you wear in Vegas if it had a different atmosphere. So this is from Firefly.
Oh yeah.
And the helmet is just a Spirit Holiday helmet that we. No, actually that was from eBay and we tricked it out. It's a kid's space helmet.
Okay.
This is from the Carol Burnett show. This is from Jake the Virgin. I mean, eBay is so great. And again, Cloverfield Paradox. This is from the two chairs.
These are awesome.
Moon. This is from Star Trek Beyond, the JJ movie. And it's also used in Cloverfield Paradox. I mean, again, these things cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to make. And yet you can get them for, pennies on the dollar. It's just spectacular. This is from the movie Black Adam. And
The Rock.
yes. And the fun part is that you see it for like a moment, a second in that movie, and look at how brilliantly it's built. It's made. It's so solid. So we used it as a weapons console in Space Command, and it's absolutely
So like if I sat here and then
Yeah.
Well, the inspiration, of course, was on Twilight. So a lot of that is
steering wheel,
so you see stuff popping up the robot or the
steering wheel.
all of that. So, and these are from Prometheus. This, and that's from Ender's Game. And the Cloverfield Paradox panel. And then, here's the Ghostbusters. Here's the Ghostbusters thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call?
It's too small.
Yeah, probably so.
Can you see the ghosts?
Yes, of course.
I can see this guy. I can see this ghost.
This ghost is dead.
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
the
But it's
ghost?
Are they giving back?
Yeah, I can.
We've got to head back soon, Mark.
Thanks, RJ. There.
Like 5 minutes.
Yes. What?
5 minutes. We should head back too. See
Oh,
if
5
there's
minutes?
anybody
Okay,
else.
sure. And then this is from the movie called Passengers. Starring Chris Pratt.
Oh, right. And that's more.
Yes. You're a little tired. Okay.
Well,
I think that's a little
Yeah,
unsturdy.
That's a little unsteady. That's fine. But but we can head back. Guys. And,
where's this from?
That's from Luke Cage. And it's funny because originally it was supposed to be filled with water. They spent like
Cryo chambers.
to never get it to work, and so they actually Never used it, but we used it. We froze Billy movie.
Nice.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, but we can come back later.
Hi.
So like,
Congratulations, you guys are wrapping something.
Yeah.
It's a wrap party, right?
It's no, it's a party. It's a studio. To vendors like film companies, music videos, Chris is exactly Lions Glass, and so yeah. But this is also I got from movies and TV shows that are using
So good.
Space Command. Yeah.
Well, I want to get on one of those.
Yeah. So
Nice to see, guys.
this is so fun to see all this stuff.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna do another round of like an official tour.
Yeah. And this is from the Martian. So let's see. All this came from when I was a kid and went on the Star Trek set for the last episode. They shot Turnabout in the theater when I was 10, because I saw how unimaginable film sets were and how you could produce them so creative. And I saw Sickly, I saw Engineering, I saw the captain's chair on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Got to stand on the transporter and look up and see the screwed in light bulb. I mean, that set me on the path that all these years later arrived at doing this. And I mean, it's great because when I was a kid, I passed through the glass of the TV screen and stayed there. So I'm very lucky. I'm the first generation of television kids. It's interesting because Elaine grew up with the last gasp of radio. So when I talk about the Lone Ranger, she's thinking of the radio show, and I'm thinking of the TV show. And so it's very interesting that there's that. And like when she's talking about Gunsmoke, she's talking about the radio one, which was actually very superior to the TV one. Totally different paths and intention. But, this is how it works. You make art. I like working in an art form.
Just use the time machine.
What?
Somebody said that if we're running late, to just use the time machine.
Yes, exactly.
That should fix it all.
Exactly. Yes. But I mean, for those who are familiar with Space Command, we use every bit of this. I mean, we've shot on this walkway when the crew's leaving the Paladin and the Forgiveness. It's this with everything put in around it. We've used every place. And it's a very nice home. It's quiet. It's really a great place to film work. And it's also very fun because it's come up with an idea, or I'll see something and I'll buy it and I'll visualize it, like a jet cockpit, or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's just, because I'm planning a lot of these scripts years in advance, I can start accruing the assets that I really need, the props, costumes, and sets. And also I see it very visually in my head, so I know what I need and what I have in mind. And then I also, like to kind of fly by the seat of my pants and see what the day of shooting what it presents. Hello. Hello. It's been a while.
I was just showing you the picture the last time because when we were doing the thing with
Yes.
That's the Space Command running.
Really fun. That's our yeah.
Tons of DVDs and posters available. Our friend Christian. Our friend Anya. Oh, baby. Wrangler. Wrangler is well trained. This is just a sneak peek of our little Space Command family. We're just getting started today. Hello. Hello. We're live. He also helps out at the studio far too often. He is a saint. What? And we're lucky to have you, Jen. We'll get back to you soon, Jen. So people are getting down to the food. Nitty gritty. We've got some Space Command playing. Here's my good friend Thane Allison. We're talking to the fans live on YouTube.
On YouTube. Oh, okay.
Jacob Charles says hello. Jacob Charles. So yes, we're just getting started here, guys. More to come throughout the evening. Oh, there's Richard. Okay. Elaine Zickery looking lovely.
Big alien spaceship over here. Right. And we use all of this. Some of the planet built from scratch. So, for instance, we built and from scratch. Some of the eggs, all those guys. That fit the aesthetic. And those are trailers from the various episodes. So it's cool. Like this stuff. No, and then we built that on a space set and we reskinned it to be the alien ship. Hi, Scott. Good to see you. Hi, how are you doing? You're as much as I remember you. So, what's that?
Can you hold it for a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No. Yes. We're gonna go see.
Yes.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
We're here at Space Command Studios.
And brought to you by this man. Yes, hi. Great, glad to see you. We're live streaming on Sci-Fi. Yes, it's and I'm Richard Ryan has yeah.
Somebody said no sound in space.
No sound in space.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
Yes, yes, but they can hear you whimper. Absolutely. No, we're in space. This is all voice over. Great, great. Wow. That's good. So we're glad to see. Yeah. So again.
A lot of these are filler scenes with the effects because we're still in production with VFX and stuff like that. So none of this is final. This is our work in progress, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeff, good to see you. Great.
Having a good time. Does anyone have any questions about Space Command or things to come? Where does Mark get his hats? Where do you get your hats, Mark? Yep. Now you know the secret to wearing many hats. Yes. Oh, this is a great scene we did with Doug Jones and our lead, Ethan McDowell. It looks fantastic. This is on Dor Nevin's ship. Oh, here's Bob Picardo. Can we talk about Legends? Here we have Dave Edison, our strong and resilient editor. You know what? I think there's more interesting things going on over there. So yeah. Do you guys want to take a peek at the spread so far? Let's see if we're feeling hungry. Here we have Jay Pritchard and Elaine Zickery. Let me take a peek. We don't have so many guests arriving. See, there's a nice situation. We've got some chips and charcuterie and things of that sort. I made these sandwiches and I drew a cute little thing for it. Here at Space Command Studios, we're all about community. Fanny, say hello. Yep, there's still time to make it, guys. You can find the info on our Instagram, linked in our bio, and we have a post up. It's at Space Command Studios. Oh, this is so sick right here. These are fantastic scenes from the great Solar War. All right, guys, I'm gonna set us down for a little bit as we wait for people to file in. Enjoy the ambiance. We will be doing another official tour around 7:30, as well as some announcements for what's to come with the future of the Showrunners Network, on Space Command, and all things like that. We're also going to have info on how you can contact the studio and visit. So stay tuned for that. More coming. Where should we live, guys? We're doing another lunch tour. Hey guys, we're live streaming. Is that okay with you guys?
We're live streaming. This is Sci-Fi.
Cool. Welcome, welcome. Where did you
All of you know that I know about Brett. I was good. Yeah.
Just wait together. Got it again. This is Van. Hi. Van's been helping out so much over here.
Okay, so here the official. But
Unbeliever, we have ways if you want to be a part of this. Just send us an email. markzickery@gmail.com.
yeah, great. Okay, so
Yep.
hello guys.
Sorry about the song.
And it's used as a cave. studio, but we'll be doing that crappy.
Oh, okay.
That's paradox, and then we'll go back to
Put in there.
great. And so, yeah, you want to, yeah. So, this is wardrobe. And again, some things we designed from scratch, like the uniforms for Space Command. And then other things we just find, for auction. Like I just got
Plug
this.
this guy in.
Oh, Conquest. And that was just like $35 for the entire ensemble.
Wow.
And
Oh, is it? Maybe this.
I've got a planet. They spent painted silver to reuse in time machine. Time machine. And then
Wow.
they used it on Twilight Zone.
Here, Mark, hold this.
Oh, thank you.
You have a mic now.
Hello.
Hopefully it works.
You can hear me, 100,000 fans out there. And but also my
I think it might work.
Sci-Fi.
It's an iPhone.
Sure.
So, but,
So I got it plugged in.
Sometimes, like,
In theory, it should be working.
I'm asking the wardrobe
Oh,
place
perfect.
for not business. I just went there and I got things like these amazing, embroidered costumes, or I'll be in a thrift store and I'll find something, or something on eBay will pop up, or you never know. And sometimes I'll buy stuff that I don't have an immediate use for, like that Roman helmet, but you never know. I probably will have it.
So somebody might go back in time.
Right. And the cool part, of course, is that science fiction, particularly the retro aesthetic. And suddenly, like someone in a kimono pops up and says, "What the hell? That's Disney and science fiction." The sky's the limit. There's even something as crazy as this, but I'm sure it's useful at some point. So it's.
You showed me the Forbidden Planet. Just curious.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So, but also, like, for instance,
I don't know.
so we have one
I don't
area
know
that's just books, one area that's quiet gloves, and all of that, and then sometimes I just find something.
I wonder if I can.
And then on eBay they were. This is built.
Plug it back in.
I think it's just sound. Oh, you know why this is not?
Oh, it's the wrong.
Yeah, that's Eve the dog, the space dog. So is the sound not working, or is we don't know?
Just put it more here.
Or did I turn it off? Okay.
It's fine.
The mic is
trying so hard
to quiet the
background noise, it's just cutting it.
Yeah, and by the way, the purpose for this party, fans,
Listen to it now.
is that we're
That
going
would
to
be a
have
setting
studio
up there to
music
turn off
videos,
the cutout background.
short films, for features, so to give us more revenue to shoot more of what we're shooting. And they're also selling investment shares who have raised money for $5 million now. Which raised me another $20 million. And so, because now
Watch it.
So there's a video that was.
Were you originally in the studio space, or was there another?
We originally used another facility. Okay. We closed that down to put off for post-production
Yeah.
for 2 hours. Then we opened this up and went from one stage.
I'll do it. Fine here.
So yeah. For the fourth one, sure. An actor and helper and band.
How does it sound?
Great. But like the shares $7,500 each. No one has to buy them. This is not hard something. You guys, this is a party. You're welcome to eat shrimp and breathe in positive numbers. So, but the more that we sell shares, you can reach the goal. It's to sell them to streamers. So the idea is that so that's the revenue stream. And so we're almost to that. And actually, I sold the first 2 hours. Yeah, some time and Google Play and all around the world. The first profit checks that I was able to write my revenue, the first profit checks I wrote them myself. And I just enveloped myself and wrote the letters and signed them myself. So this is like my investors could trust it. And now it's like, here's your first profit. They were small. Yes, yeah, because and it's just
What is my official title? Oh, we all wear many hats here. I was first AD for the last shoot, though.
That's as maybe. So let's walk over to stages 1 and 2. Oh wow, that's great. This is the wow, great. I don't know if Dave's playing that on the loop yet of 3 episodes, but we'll find out. Great. Hello.
Welcome.
Tour the 3 stages. So there's food there. Please load up on your plate. Yeah. Oh, great.
See?
I love it. So great.
Thank
so
you.
Let's see if anyone else wants to come. Hold on a second. So
What's the range of that?
This is my first time using it. It's
Yeah.
Adam brought it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how's the sound in the comments? Let us know.
The next year, the first region every year. And they just make sure. If I had another phone, I would be.
Right.
Okay, great. So this is our studio in Pico Rivera, which is next to Whittier, which is just south of Los Angeles. And it's quiet, it's nice, and I'll be repeating myself throughout the evening, but feel free to ask any questions. But a lot of these people who are here tonight are actors and writers, and John Semper is a god.
Yes.
I'm clear.
Well, I'm a survivor.
Yeah, but you wrote, you did X-Men, the X-Men.
I did Spider-Man.
Yeah, and
Created the Spider.
Okay, yeah, it's a little noisy in there on that main stage,
and
guys.
congratulating you on the Weather Makers.
Weather Hunters.
Yeah.
My current show is on PBS.
Wow,
Exclusive.
40 half hours, and it seems to be.
wow, that's great. Is it animated or live
It
action?
is animated.
That's great.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because John Semper and I go way back to the days when I was doing animation, and back with this He-Man and Smurfs and Super Friends.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Yeah,
I started at Barbera
yes.
Oh, sweet.
Ink and paint. Ink and paint.
many moons ago.
It was the last gasp of that.
You guys are walking fast. I can't walk backwards that
Oh, yeah,
fast.
yeah.
We'll go
It's
slower.
okay. Yeah. But no, it was really fun. And you really learn your basics in animation. I mean, you need structure. You need to write your character voice. You need to write different plots. It's not just the same plot over and over. You
Right.
need to find a way to make it come to your heart, and also be able to write on deadline to a specific page count.
And the great thing about those days was that there were so many great old animators still alive.
Yes, yes,
Most of them were in the Hanna-Barbera building.
yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. They never let them out.
Yeah.
So
Walk through the whole building and watch your cartoon.
incredible.
Wonderful time.
Yeah, no, I love all those little guys. My friend Pete, who was a director of Twilight, is a little bit too and so it's like, man, there we go.
guys.
You guys
go
go
ahead. So there we
Looking
go.
at the photos.
That's quite all right.
Okay, yeah. So, as I mentioned, I acquire props and sets and costumes from other productions to augment what we designed from scratch. And again, because I was on so many shows, when I was on Sliders at Universal, I said, "Can we use everything from Universal?" They said, "No one's ever asked us before, but we'll check." They came back and they said, "Yes." So we were using stuff from Jurassic Park and 12 Monkeys and Time Cop, and it hugely augmented our budget. So this is these are some pages from the Space Command prequel, which we did as an audio play and also as a graphic novel. Then we're combining them into an animatic that it's like a full episode. It's a prequel. And the reason I did it that way was because I wanted to show what the characters were like 30 years earlier, and I couldn't, do what one Scorsese did with De Niro and stuff, and I didn't have millions of dollars. So I thought an audio play and then a graphic novel would be able to do that. So this is actually Michael Harney, who's one of our lead actors. He was on Orange Is the New Black and many other shows, Project Blue Book, and he's in the new pilot we're doing. Yeah. So these are spacesuits. That one was these two ones that you can see are matching. They were made for Men in Space, which was a 1959 CBS series. John,
You know who got their first gig in that? Is Angie Dickinson.
really?
Dickinson.
Wow.
Yeah.
And William Lundigan, of course, starred in it.
Right.
And, but so that was that only ran for a season. So then Rod Serling used these suits in a number of Twilights and episodes, including Death Ship. And then Outer Limits used them over and over. So that's like Shatner wore that helmet and suit. Next to that is Rocky Jones Space Ranger.
Yay.
That's a helmet that sold to kids in the 1950s. This we have a spacesuit contest. One of the categories was build a spacesuit $100 or less entirely from parts from Home Depot.
Oh,
So that's the
wow.
winner of that category.
That's great.
Yeah, and then this furniture. People. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. There you go.
Oh, Nancy. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
her birthday, remember?
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, you have to send that to me.
Yeah. See there.
I got a bunch of them in there.
Yeah. Well, that's good to have.
Love your shirt.
Yeah. Firefly.
That was when he still had all the stuff in his house.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to introduce yourself to we're live streaming. Yeah. So go for it. Tell us
I'm Mary.
and tell us about your triumphs.
I don't really have good times. I kind of support people doing things. I've
That's
volunteered
great.
for
That's
the
very
Sci-Fi
important.
Museum for years.
That's great. That's
We've
great.
done a lot of different things with that, gone to the cons and
Yes.
museum when it opened and So
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's so great. Anyone who's.
that was showing when I was
Wow.
at
That's neat.
Houston's house.
Well, yeah. Everyone who's saving anything from any TV show or movie. When I started writing the Twilight Zone companion when I was 22. They saved nothing. CBS
No, they threw it all away.
Right. And so every now and then I'll find something from Twilight Zone, and that's a real find because this stuff is just treated so badly. Now they're starting to understand the value of it.
Houston just got the Stargate,
Wow.
but it's too big to put in anything.
Yeah, I know. He told me I could have it, but where am I going to
They
put
can't
it?
figure out where to put it.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And now they're doing another Stargate.
well, my friend,
Yeah. Hold on to this for 1 second.
Sure, of course. Hi guys.
Great to see you all.
So, but my friend Bob Burns mentioned that when he was the great collector of the time machine and the Kong maquette and so forth, actually the Kong figure itself, and so Joe Dante offered to give him the entire submarine from inner space. And Bob said, "Where will I put it? I can't." He said, "Well, if it had been a hit, you would have taken it." Yes. So this is the helmet that Doug Jones wore.
Yeah.
Let me do it this way.
I recognize it.
Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, that's the helmet that Doug wears in several of our episodes.
Yeah.
And those are two statues that figure in a statuary garden of me and Ethan McDowell, our lead actor.
Mhm.
And that's one of my on-screen credits from back in the day. Beyond Reality. It was a show I executive story edited for 2 years and wrote a bunch of episodes. Then our posters.
Yep.
Bob Carroll, Bill Mooney, Mira Furlan, Doug Jones, and then over here. This is just more of the toys. I mean, here's the photo of me on the set of Far Beyond the Stars, which I came up with. And that's all of the actors. That's set. It's the most boring photo of that cast ever taken.
They're all in their 1950s costumes.
Exactly. But two studios were shooting my work simultaneously, and I got photos of myself with both casts on the same day in the same clothes. The other was Sliders. I was a producer on that, and so I got so that was the writer's dream to have two studios filming two different scripts of yours the same week. That was terrific. But no, funnily enough, on the slide cage on the episode Sliders that we were shooting, I'd written a role for Armin Shimmerman, and we couldn't get him because there was 1 day of overlap with my Far Beyond the Stars episode on DS9. So, but and then there I am with Armin Shimmerman as Quark and Odo, of course, Renee Aubergenois, and that's Elaine and me. That bottom photo was Elaine and me with Rod Serling's 6 Emmys. It's a little hard to get the angle. There we go. And then this is the Elaine with the Stars of Robinson Crusoe on Mars, which is a movie
Victor and Paul.
Exactly, Paul
Good friends
Mantee.
of mine.
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, it was. I had a screening. We used to have a club of Star Trek novelists called the Rubber Ears Club,
Uh-huh.
and so I arranged a screening at Barbara Hambley's house, and as a surprise, I had the two actors from the movie show up. So that was.
It's a great movie too.
I love it, and Ib Melchior came up with it, of course, and it was directed by Byron.
Byron Haskin.
Yes, who
There's a
did
mini
War of the
Mark.
Worlds? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these are me and Ethan, and this is I get stuff like this off of eBay.
Well, be careful with that guy.
And you never know what you're gonna find. And this is some of our cast, and this is of course Eye of the Beholder.
Oh yeah.
And
wonderful.
And
Kevin Scott says he made a model of the Space Command ship with Lego from scratch.
Great.
Kevin,
Send me a photo.
send us a photo,
Yeah.
markzikri@gmail.com, or you can tag us on Instagram at Space Command Studios.
I have two of these. I'm gonna have them hovering over pilot and co-pilot on a space.
Oh, that is so cool.
Fantastic.
You just find this stuff, and this is part of this pyramid from Stargate.
Uh-huh.
And Greg Jean built that, of course, and that's part of V'ger,
Familiar.
which Greg gave me also. And then these are posters, original poster of my married a monster from outer space, one of Tom Tryon's great triumphs,
Right.
and that's an original page.
Seriously, Kevin, we would love to see your Lego
So where was the?
creation.
You said this was the pyramid from
Stargate, the
okay.
feature.
And the other thing was V'ger.
Yeah, that's V'ger.
That's
Mark.
V'ger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
got
Gotta
it.
keep moving.
Gotta keep moving.
Gotta keep moving.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So then I'll do
The
it.
people are waiting
Okay. Great.
and
So
want to
then
mingle
over
with you.
here, This is
And I'm
stage
sure our
one.
friends are hungry.
This is stage one. So this is where we build sets and so forth. This is a time machine from the Umbrella Academy. We're building a cargo ship for the Great Solar War, the episode we're shooting now. And so Spirit Halloween had this past Halloween they had on in many of the stores a full size subway car. It was 20 feet long, 8 feet wide, and made of cardboard and plastic. And so I bought 3 of them for $200 each.
Oh my goodness.
And so we're going to build a cargo
Steve
ship
Huff worked
out of
really hard on
these
this
3
stuff.
subway cars.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
so that'll be part of what's in it. It'll be very, sort of old and worn. This is a lot of stuff is from that. This is like they also had part of the station, so that's actually cardboard, and the thing behind it's just cardboard that looks great. Yeah, amazing. So we can use it for set dressing and so forth. And then over here, these are 2 of the warheads from War Games, the movie War Games. They have again, Greg Jean made them, and they have Cyrillic letters on them, but they don't say anything. It's just gibberish. And then this is part of the Paladin, our hero ship. Again, we redress stuff, we reuse it. And the lovely thing is, when I went on the Star Trek set when I was a kid for Turnabout Intruder, you realize that some sets are gorgeously made, but others they're just thrown together. They're flat, but when you look at them up close, it's like, holy cow!
Yeah.
This thing looks so great on film.
Talking to Barbara Luna about
Yes.
her costume for Alana's Troyes.
Yes,
And she said it was just bits and pieces of things
I know.
barely hanging on.
I know, crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And yet it works, and of course
The spirit of filmmaking.
Yeah. So we recently shot this as a lab for the girl who builds the Fast and Light prototype ship, and so we just again threw it together and it looks good on camera, great on camera. This is another thing from the subway train, and those lights are from the subway trains.
And for all the trainers that are going to fact check me on that,
Yes.
it was France Noyen
Yes.
was Alana
I-
Troyes.
I knew that too.
And Barbara Luna
Yeah.
was the captain's
Mirror, mirror.
lady.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mirror, mirror. Yeah, I didn't want to correct you being a guest.
That's
At the
quite all right.
party, so.
I corrected myself.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
On
And
to
then
the-
this is from Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah.
and then this is just we have flats, we build stuff, we repurpose stuff, And so some stuff we design and build from scratch. A lot of stuff. Then we augment it with stuff that we find on eBay, stuff that we find in auction catalogs. Every now and then someone gives me something from their collection, and then sometimes people just throw stuff out and leave it on the sidewalk in my neighborhood. I bring the so for instance,
We're gonna have to put this time machine to use soon.
yes, we will. We will. Right. Yes.
Hi, doggies.
Here we go.
We've got Puppy
Oh,
Fest.
good dog.
We've got
But
Puppy
like, for
Fest.
instance, this furniture was thrown out in my neighborhood, and we
Oh, wow.
sitting at that table, all that stuff.
Very
You
cool.
know, so yeah, it's great. Now we go to stage 2, and I just love the likes these costumes and props because they just throw to waste. They just, you know, it's my friend Foster told me a little while ago that I'm the only person buying the bigger objects.
Really?
Like, yeah, because most collectors want something they can put on a wall. And so this is, you know, Greg had the original costume from 2001, the spacesuit, and so he made that helmet as a copy of the original. And then there was an IBM commercial where they wanted the spacesuit from 2001. So I'm restoring that to where it would be the silver and the blue one. And then of course Keir Delay and you know, Gary Lockwood signed that. And those are original Flash Gordon pages.
So it's random.
Yeah.
Come on, Evie.
Here.
Oh, you thirsty, baby?
Yeah. Okay, come on. Here we go.
She's
Here we go.
adorable.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She's a great dog. So okay, so here, this is stage 2. And this is Spacesuit from The Martian.
Uh-huh.
And this is from Defying Gravity, I believe. And that was from Castle. There was also some sketch documented on Mars. This is an exoskeleton that we built for our second episode, Space Camp Forgiveness. That's a robot from Real Steel. These are from Cloverfield Paradox. These chairs were thrown out in my neighborhood.
And don't they make great space chairs?
Paradox. That's from Space Camp Beyond.
I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Very well.
These 2 chairs are from Rebel Moon.
Wow.
From Star Trek Beyond, the JJ Star Trek movie.
Okay.
And it's gorgeous. And uh-oh.
Yep. We've got to go.
Oh, hold on. Well, late. Yes, I do.
You have more guests.
Okay, be back soon. Okay, great. So, yeah, so we'll continue on that one, then we'll move on over there.
Okay.
So this is from Black Adam. You know, they built this thing, it's amazing. They used it as a weapons console. It's gorgeous, you know. And yet, you see it it goes by like that in the movie, and you don't even see most of it.
Now, how do you end up obtaining it? What are the normal paths for you?
There's normal.
Larger pieces.
That came up for auction.
Okay.
And it wasn't very expensive at all. It was a monster to transport, of course, because it's made of metal.
Right.
But I knew that we could use it. I knew exactly how I was going to use it. So, because I actually had a production designer design a weapons console that has an enclosure where when it goes in the weapons configuration, this bubble comes over it. And so that when the ship has a hole torn in its wall, everyone else gets sucked out into space, and our hero's son, this weapons officer, is just knocked out. There's oxygen, so he doesn't die because he's close. And so then we have a scene where his father, his fleet commander Jack Hammer, flies in his spacesuit through the hole, checks his vitals, pushes a button, the space helmet goes around his head, and then the thing comes back and says, "Okay, we're out of here." And they float out through that.
Very cool.
So yeah. So this is you know, this panel and this panel are from Prometheus, and this is the Paradox one. Ghostbusters.
Okay, Kevin, can't wait to see him.
Ghostbusters, you know, I have comments for that. This is Cloverfield Paradox also. That's the Expanse.
These are
maybe that's a
awesome.
backpack as well. This is from Aliens. At the beginning, when they find Sigourney Weaver and the guy takes off the mask, and says, "There goes our salvage bags, guys."
Right.
This is originally made for Outland, Sean Connery movie, and then repurposed for Aliens. And then I have the backpack there as well.
Wow.
This is Archer's spacesuit from Enterprise,
Okay.
and the helmet's from Outland. Sean
Okay.
Connery movie. I also have the suit. This is from Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes,
Uh-huh.
and it lights up and does one of the things. This is from Jupiter Ascending, I think. And again, just, you know, I think I got it from eBay. You know, it's just incredibly cool.
Liveception.
This is Passengers. Oh, hello. Good to see you. Yeah.
I'm so happy to see you.
Hi, good to see you too.
Keep doing your thing.
That's Eve
Hello.
Space Dog.
What's up, Space Dog?
Yes, Eve. And so this is Passengers, the Chris Pratt movie.
Mhm.
That's that thing over there is the Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. That Supernova over there, James Spader wore that. The helmet and rig over there is Prometheus. Idris Elba wore that belt.
Oh, wow.
The helmet there next to it is a MiG helmet. It's an actual Russian MiG helmet in the back of the pilot sings written in Cyrillic. The vest is from Cloverfield Paradox. The pressure suit is an American pressure suit. Next I have Pluto Nash. And then the one next to it is also Pluto Nash helmet and suit. That was won by Pluto Nash. It was
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah. Thank you. And and one of the fun things that I can do here is often the parts get scattered in the winds and then I reunite them. So the helmet and the suit were so like different parts. And I did put them back together. That's from the cage.
Mm-hmm.
We took Bill Louie out of cryo in that. And then over there in the corner, suit there is from another suit from Supernova. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that one. Yeah, we have to go back. Is that the one? Okay, and then etc.
Well, thank you for giving us the tour.
Of course, glad to do it.
We'll be back for another round
Yeah,
soon.
we'll do more of this.
But we've got some clips to show at
Okay.
7:30,
Great.
and it's 7:00 something.
Okay, great.
Yes. So let's get some bites, and we're gonna greet some more guests
Great, yes.
and mingle, and then we'll do.
And you get to be front row for all
Yeah.
this. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, 100,000 people, 100,000 Sci-Fi fans.
Make sure
And
everybody gets
of
up.
course, I'm just joking.
Van, can you make sure everyone gets up?
So everyone's coming, and we can just keep walking the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making
Slow
sure.
strolling.
Yeah. The weather's very nice now.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's terrific. So it's fun to have your own studio. It's, you know, it's fun. And the lovely thing is that Lane and I are at the top of the food chain. We can ask permission for anyone. We can write what we want. We can cast any way we want. We can, I can just say, oh, you want to be in it? Okay, here you go. And when I meet actors like Ethan Peck from Strange New World or Christina Chong, I can just say, here's a project I'd like you to be in. And there's no nonsense. It's just very straightforward. And no Jones mission with us again on 6th of June.
There we go.
Let's see what this is. Okay.
To the masses, if the audio gets a little weird, guys, don't worry about it. At 7:30, we're going to be having a little presentation of some clips and things that we're working on, and a mic will be used. So we may have you guys stationary for a little bit, have some people pop in and out and introduce themselves, and then from then on, we'll lock into the main event. You know, the main event is everything. It's lovely to have everyone, and thanks for watching.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. No, it's fun. Hello.
Hey guys.
I'm great. Yes, this is my dog. So I'm Mark.
Yeah, that's my son, Mark.
We're live streaming.
Congratulations.
Busy?
This is good.
Yeah,
This is
always
good.
busy.
Well, we're gonna show a scene from the current episode that we're shooting.
Okay. Go in.
By 7:30. But yeah, feel free to come take some bites. I'm Sage. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, hi.
I work here. Okay. Oh, the vibes are brewing. The vibes are brewing. All right, everyone. I'm gonna find you a nice, cozy spot to sit at, and then from there on, when it's time for the presentation at 7:30, we'll get things going. Yeah. No. One moment, guys. Are you going to archive this video after the live stream? Yes, we will be archiving the video after the live stream. Hey guys, just had to leave you for a sec. I'm going to leave you stationary, and when it's time at 7:30, if you need to, put your alarms. I'll be back to get you guys. Can I show your Lego ship to the stream? I will try. Probably after Jesus. Sorry guys, having a little difficulty. I need help. Can someone hold this for me? Thanks. Hi friends. I'm putting you on a tripod.
Hi guys. Hi. Hello everyone. Hello, it's Mark Siegfried. Thank you for having my party. It's good to see everybody. I'm told I'm supposed to stay on this apple box.
Okay, I'll take it.
But I
Forget it.
So.
We're jumping right in. Jumping right into it.
Cruise the studio, you're all welcome. The ostensible purpose of this evening is that we're, for the first time ever, we're going to be renting out our studio for feature short films, music videos, photo shoots, art extras, secret calls, whatever. And so, and then also, many of you know that so far raised closing in on $5 million, selling investment shares for $7,500 each. And that's allowed us to do this. But there's a larger purpose, which is why I'm doing it. So no one here ever has to invest, no one has to rent the studio. You're welcome to my friends and different patriots. So don't feel, the last thing I ever want to do is myself. But on the other hand, if you have answers in family health and hasn't given over power of attorney yet, I'll be happy to talk to you about that. So, okay, so what we're going to show now are two brief videos. One is a scene, current Space Command is structured, it's a 12-hour season, structured in 2-hour stories that form a larger arc. So it can be aired either as 1-hour episodes or standalone 2-hour movies. And so that's where the first 2 hours of Space Command is now streaming on Amazon and Google Play and Tubi and all over the world. And we're finishing shooting now at hours 7, 8, which is called the Great Solar War. It stars Bill Mummy, Jones, Michael Picardo, and Phil McDowell, our lead actor from Walking Dead and Doom Patrol. So we're going to show you the scene just from the rough cut. We've never shown this publicly, and we'll show the short scene, and then on to the second video. Okay, great. So, Mr. Edison, you want
Hit it.
to? Yeah.
All right. We'll lock you guys in. Let's just went a tad taller.
We'll see if it works.
Hold for tech. Nice to see everybody. Okay, well, anyone want to dance?
1 second, guys. This is,
Processing.
yeah, but, yeah. Well, in the meantime, if any of you have questions about science fiction, I did write Twilight Zone Companion, so I was probably through Ross Rowan's attic when I was in my early 20s. So, here we go. Oh, this is the trailer.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned into the live stream so far. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys too. I mean, what is it? Great. Okay. Seen that scene before. Roger. Definitely modern design. The Avon ship was programmed to bring us here. We found the lost city, but not the Avon. Sadly, the entire race appears long gone. Welcome, Captain. Where is it? Fleet Commander. I see you created a world far less fractious than mine. I am pleased to see you, although somewhat surprised. And this is? Oh, that would make me your uncle, I suppose. Or we the same species. I never like you. And you have somehow managed to find me because I'm here. A determined man deserves a hearing. Feel free to stroll the grounds, only don't touch anything. Touch whatever you like. Only take care. It's an easy place in which to lose oneself. So that's just a little taste of it. It's a 2-hour episode. Thank you. And you know, it's fun because this is our studio and there's no one above us in the food chain. We can just decide to cast whoever we like and shoot however we want. And I'm always trying new. This is on. What isn't there? I'm always trying new technologies. So just to give you an idea of the process, my friend Ian McCain did a design for the hero ship Paladin. It was very alien with the wings opened up. And it wasn't right for the Paladin, but it was a good start on the alien ship, the EMOS ship, 5-mile-long ship. It's his first 2-hour story. And there's an architect, and I love his work, I think Gaudi. He's a very famous Spanish architect. So I flew to Barcelona, I took all sorts of photos and details of his work, and then had a contest where someone could design the alien ship from that design book, essentially. So in contest, the winner was sponsored by Library, Sci-Fi software for VFX artists. And so the guy won was in Italy. So he did an astonishing exterior. So I hired him to do the interior of EMOS ship and EMOS City. And so that's where that started. Now, it was almost done with the interior of EMOS ship and the interior of EMOS City when they were totally silent. And I couldn't reach him. And I paid him half the money up front. And so after a year and a half of trying everything I could think of, the one clue I had was that in order for me to send him the additional money, we need to provide a bank with a specific address and specific name. And there's a woman's name in Italy. And I figured, well, this is either his wife, his girlfriend, or his mother. Probably his mother. And so I wrote a letter, physical letter. I didn't have the email because I just had the physical address. I wrote a letter, and fortunately, our he must be on the premise is Sicilian, so I had translated it into Italian. And I mailed this letter to her. And I said, the only line was, is your son dead or in a coma? And so, and I explained that I hired him, and a year and a half later, he was almost done. And a year and a half later, he hadn't done it. So, of course, this Italian money on top of him, within a week, he sent the finished work. And so that's the city you see in there. And all of the footage behind our actors in the scene was done using what's called volumetric stage, which is nothing to do with the Mandalorian and Star Wars shows, where it parallax changes with the camera. So you can actually have a 3D set behind the actor. So that was the first time I ever shot one of those. So Doug Jones, of course, was in that scene. He plays, he's a Star Trek Discovery. He was the creature in Shape of Water. He was Pan and Pan's Labyrinth and many other great roles. And I said, when I met him, I said, you've got a great face, we're going to show your face. And so he's now part of our repertoire company. A lot of these actors will be appearing in all of our different projects. So, so let me just show this short video that talks about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and where we're headed. And so, and Dave Edison, our wonderful editor, later over this, and it's hot off the presses. You guys are the first to see it. Yay, Dave Edison! What if there were a way you could invest in spreading a message of hope? We're going to tell you about Space Command and the Showrunners Network. They're more than rip-roaring adventures. They are tales that present the best of who we can be. Hi guys, it's Mark Sickman, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Sickman Space Command. You may know me as the writer of Far Beyond the Stars from Deep Space Nine, or First Contact and Star Trek: The Next Generation, any one of the hundreds of other TV shows I've written over the years. I'm also the author of the Twilight Zone Companion, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, and the Magic Pen series of novels. And you may know me from my popular YouTube channel, Mr. Sci-Fi, where I post regularly about science fiction. A few years ago, I had an idea for a new science fiction space-going show, one that would inspire people like the original Star Trek inspired me, a hopeful vision of the future. But I didn't want to trust the fate of this show to the studios and the networks. We've all seen how they make shows incomprehensible, incoherent, or just plain incompetent. So I reached out to you, and as a result, through selling investment shares and a number of Kickstarter campaigns, we were able to build our own studio and shoot the 2-hour story of redemption, starring many of your favorite actors from Star Trek, Babylon 5, Lost in Space, Walking Dead, Orange is the New Black. And that was just the beginning. Our idea was to shoot an entire season of Space Command 12 hours worth of episodes.
These people doing camera shows to champion, they're not worth it. Something came into being, something unstoppable. Prepare for you. Please give me these few awkward.
And gaining an inch isn't in their vocabulary.
This place is a labyrinth. There's an archive.
They didn't even speak the same language, but she tried to warn us that we were in danger. Ni siquiera hablaba el mismo idioma. Pero intentó advertirnos que estábamos en peligro. Se fue falaba la misma lengua. Intentamos avisar que estábamos en peligro. Il ne parlait même pas la même langue. Il a essayé de nous avertir que nous étions en danger. Ursula met mij onze schwager. Er verzoekte ons te warnen dat hier gevaar zijn.
And now, as we reach the completion of our Space Command season, we've launched an even bigger dream, the Showrunners Network, a slate of 5 two-hour pilots, and one feature film created by some of the top writers and actors in film and TV, led by partner Elaine Zachary will tell you about it.
When the voiceless roar isn't just about finding a way to make our own voices heard. It's about learning how to listen. It's about turning endless argument into a conversation, which may not sound particularly heroic, but trust me, anyone pulls that off, in however small a way, hey, that's a hero.
The Sweet Haven, a bioengineered disease, kills everyone in the world under 60. And the people 60 and above have to figure out how to save humanity when they themselves can't reproduce, and also find out who did this and why. Partnering with me on Sweet Haven is Rocky O'Bannon, executive producer on CBS's hit show Evil, as well as the creator of Farscape, Alien Nation, Defiance, Sequest, and Cult. Starring in Sweet Haven, Gates McFadden of Star Trek Next Generation, Veronica Cartwright of The Birds, Alien, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Francois Chau of The Expanse, Barbara Bain of Space 1999 and Mission Impossible, Walter Koenig of the original Star Trek, Ethan Phillips of Star Trek Voyager, Marta Kristen of Lost in Space, plus Robert Picardo, James Hahn, and Michael Harney of Space Commander. Fugitive Space is a gritty science fiction adventure dealing with the military-industrial prison complex, set in a future where a prisoner exchange has been set up between Earth and an alien race. Armor's criminals are sent to their homeworld, which has a methane atmosphere, while theirs are sent here to Earth, where they can't breathe oxygen, so escape is impossible. Things escalate when two of the prisoners, a former dirty cop and a female helicopter pilot framed for a wartime massacre, discover the aliens have cut a secret deal with the human government to invade Earth and empty out all the ghettos, so the poor people will be forced to fight in an interstellar war that the aliens are losing. Partnering with me on Future Space are Mark Fergus and Hawk Austin, creators and showrunners of The Expanse, and writers of Iron Man and Children of Men. It's Magic Time, based on my best-selling trilogy of novels from HarperCollins, in which all the machines in the world stop working, magic comes back, and certain people turn into the archetypal mythical creatures they are by their true nature. Leading roles have been written in Magic Time for Christina Moses of A Million Little Things and Contagion, Armin Shimmerman, star of Deep Space Nine and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Doug Jones of Shape of Water and Star Trek Discovery, Auntie's Station, in which a divorced New York homicide cop is transferred along with his rebellious teenage daughter to an alien mining colony near the core of the galaxy. Co-creating Doc Station with me is Emmy-winning writer-producer Michael Reeves of Star Trek Next Generation, Sliders, Batman the Animated Series, Gargoyles, and the hugely popular Interworld series of books with renowned author Neil Gaiman. Also aboard Dante Station is Chris Doc White, producer of the blockbuster film Napoleon Dynamite and showrunner on hit TV series, including one set in the Marvel Universe and a spin-off of Stranger Things. And we're currently in talks with Ethan Peck, Spock, and Strange New Worlds to star in the lead. And finally, there's Marigold, an 8-hour miniseries, a thriller set across a number of European countries, starring Christina Moses of A Million Little Things and Christina Chong of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Shares in either Space Command or the Showrunners Network are just $7,500 each, and you get a percentage of my producer's net profits. The first profit checks on Space Command have already gone out to our investors. And if you buy 20 shares in the Showrunners Network, you also get an executive producer credit on all 6 projects. That's a career in a box. Cool. But this is the way television should be made. A new model that favors the creators of the shows and the audience. Thank you so much for your interest and for being part of this amazing adventure. Yeah, so that's who we are and what we're doing. And if anyone is interested in talking about shares or renting the studio, grab me. We have postcards that kind of delineate some of the stuff that I did in the video. But again, this is a dream come true. People ask me how to do it. I always say every day is like Christmas. Elaine and I have been together 50 years, married 48. She's the best part of every day. And to write and direct and produce her is just wonderful. Every day is wonderful. And I have no complaints. But the fast part is money, the fast right to finish these things and take them out to the buyers, the streamers, the studios, the networks, because that way we greenlight ourselves, but then the studios and networks can air them, distribute them, pay promotional costs. That's the really important part. So they would be our partners, not our masters. And so that's where things stand.
Joining Space Command, one of the wonderful things about joining Space Command is that it's not a business as much as a family. And you join the Space Command family and come and observe a shooting. And if you don't mind, like being nicked off into a corner, put into a costume, and ending up in the movie, especially. So it is part of the community, especially in these very harsh times.
Well, the question, and again, this is not a hard sell at all. I mean, if you never give me a penny, you're all friends, you're all welcome to come to the shooting, you're welcome here anytime you'd like. If you're a student or otherwise wonderful, you can shoot a short here and I won't charge you. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, this that's an example of our family, like the Mansons and the Gordons. So,
Adams.
yeah, exactly, yes, Adams, exactly. And, but the other thing I'll say is that one thing I'll learn very quickly, and I want to mention it, is I was very lucky. I have been a professional writer since I was 19. I like to be 22. By the time I was 22 or 23, my friend Michael Williamson brought me into animation. And I was writing for Smurfs and Demon and then jumped over to Star Trek and those shows. So it's very hard, first of all, to break in, and secondly, it's very hard to learn how to do this stuff. It's like I'm calling upon 50 years of doing this to know how to do it. So when I said with Showrunners Network that if someone buys 20 shares at $7,500 each, they can get an executive producer credit. That's not someone emailed me. I posted this on Mr. Sci-Fi at one point. They said, well, that's just a credit, but then if someone hired you, you couldn't do the job. I said, no, you don't understand. You would be part of everything we're doing. So you would be a fly on the wall for any meeting you want to come to. You would be there for casting. You would be there for shooting. You would be there for prep, storyboarding. Throughout my day, I meet with VFX people all over the world. I'm meeting with, everyone. Dave Edison is full time as our editor, etc. So the executive producer credit of Elaine's film, 5 2-hour pilots, all these by IMDb, and you'll be able to say that you're part of something that's real. This has real name actors. Most projects are you never hear of them, they never get finished. This is get finished. And so that's it. That's the end of the little sales thing. And I don't know if anyone has any questions about why on earth Elaine married me when I was 21. That would be up to her. Well, first of all, there's DVDs of Space Command out there. If you want to take the first 2 hours home, those are free. If there's posters out there, they're say to that.
Hey guys, we're so excited to have you guys here tonight. We want to encourage you guys, if you can, take some photos. We've got plenty of beautiful photo ops. We'll be doing another tour if you missed that.
And posting is fine, and we'll be giving tours throughout the evening. So if you didn't get to go on the tour, there's lots of really cool stuff. Yeah. And this is for recommendations. Yeah, we're renting this out. If you want to do a feature or a short or a fashion shoot or a music video, etc. The cool part is this: my friend Scott Baker, he did an entire feature at our studio in exchange for his Steadicam guys. He was always working with Steadicam for us in second unit. But he did a film that all in cost $60,000. It would cost more than $1 million or more if he hadn't had this. There's no other studio that is solely science fiction and has this much stuff. So that's it. So any questions, or I'm happy to let you eat and make friends and fall into mistaken relationships.
So you guys, I've known Mark a long time, and I was, before I was the art director that created the first virtual art department on Avatar, nominated for my most attention and ran library for about 7 years, so I was the head of that. Had Mark on in a great interview. This person in front of you was going and hosting, for people that wanted to get in the film and be writers, a writers group.
Yeah.
And he read consistently and inspired people that didn't have access to that kind of level of teaching from someone as a master. That's the kind of person Mark is. He's an incredible artist, but also a genuine, kind person that tries to help and inspire other people. So I want you to know this what he's saying is not just recent. He's been doing this for a very long time. I love it.
Well, thank you. And thank you. And he would say that even if I hadn't given him $100, but thank you so much. And the roundtable is still going strong after 32 years. We run it every Thursday night. Our friend David Bartlett is running it tonight in our absence, but any of you who want to come, we're now in person at Danny's in North Hollywood via Zoom, so anyone's welcome, and anyone's welcome here. And any other questions, or I'll let you
I get a picture with you?
Of course, of course. I'm
Plenty of options.
Yeah, and it's fine to post, it's fine to do anything with any of this stuff. You're welcome.
Again, if you do post, please tag us at Space Command Studios. We're trying to get the word out and, get our stuff done.
Great. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Maybe a picture right in front of this.
How are we doing live? How are my livers?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. Any comments? Wish we could have been there. We wish you could have been there, Melissa. I'm confused on this contraption.
You just have to hold it. You can just take the camera.
Okay.
Thank you for the library.
Yeah. Of course.
Our director.
Well, the good thing too is because I know that you guys have to pay for all of those stuff.
Enjoy your emceeing. Bonnie, we miss you. We got a hello from Bonnie Janowski, beloved table member.
I just want to say goodbye.
Amazing composer.
Yes.
That was great. Good work.
Thank you. 3 a.m.
It works.
and then we're gonna have today.
Can you change this? The director's time is never over. Always something new.
Will you watch this for a second?
It's all fuzzy. I don't know if you need a counter for this or. Take a look at this.
Hey, kids at home. So, what we're doing you're all welcome to be part of it as well. You know, Vlad is here.
Someone needs to point it at you. It was
If anyone is interested in a tour, we'll be doing another tour in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then you post this so I can share it around.
Yes.
Like I said before, I'm not in a position to do this, but I've got a lot of friends who potentially are. Yeah. All right. Perfect.
All right, guys, let's give you a view. Say hi, everyone.
I'm sure he'll be curious.
We're all having a grand time at the studio today. Can you watch this?
I have a story. That's because I can but yeah, and so we'll give it to them. That'll be great. Thanks. So great. So,
You should get a plate to eat before.
yeah, I will.
Yeah?
So you wanna-
It's
In a minute.
okay. That's not on. Okay, we're back.
So like 20 people were in.
Yeah, we got a good amount. I'm doing. Subtle
So
flex.
I have a new show. The second one just dropped last week. It's big. It's just
Where can I? Okay, YouTube. Yeah.
Iconic Punk Oz.
Okay, sick. Wait, let's feature it. Iconic Punk Oz on YouTube. Check it out, guys. Support this. That is so cool. Yeah. Sorry if we keep cutting out, guys. I'm getting a couple phone calls.
You can always call you when you're doing the little stuff, you know.
This is our friend Cam. Cam, introduce yourself. Say who you are, what you do. Yes. So Mark's grabbing a bite, and then we're gonna do another tour in a couple minutes. Oh, cool.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, in a couple.
So you're doing
This Cambridge cam I've heard also.
I don't know who famous Cam is.
You're a star to me. Yeah.
You didn't hear what Cam said. It's a little loud in here. Cam is an actor and a model, and generally cool person. Here. Excuse me? Would you like to explain who you are and what you do for our viewers?
Sure.
Yes. And if I remember correctly, you are in Cobra Kai. Young Mr. Miyagi in Cobra Kai, everyone. And you can see him on Nemesis on Netflix. Okay, I'll be tuned in. Not yet. Okay, guys, when we get out of here, we'll get a little more sound. It's a little lot here. I'm gonna leave you guys for a minute, and just you guys can watch the ambiance, and I'll be back in 5 for the tour. Mr. Sci-Fi and 7-year-old children. Are you soliciting Finn? Is the charger working? Here, I'm gonna leave you guys on the trailer so you can watch some Space Command footage. Mark's grabbing a bite, and then we're gonna do another tour. When does the Space Command Forgiveness come out on Blu-ray? I'll have Mark answer that in one moment. Look, here we've got Bill Mumy, and he's in cryo. Okay.
Actually, that's no problem. That's just the charging.
No, I got
Oh, you gotta go in there.
Yeah.
That's for charging. These are the ports. I have a connect. Hold on, I have to connect.
Like this?
Yeah, you want to connect this to. You want to connect that to. Okay, give me a second.
I got it.
Hi guys, so I'm asking about the tour of the studio for anyone who wants to see that. So,
Attention, everyone. If you haven't had a tour yet and you would like a tour, Mark is setting out for his next tour. You guys can line up by the door, and Mark will be taking you for the next tour. Hello to my live stream friends. Hang on there. The tour is happening.
I'll show you how to start.
Oh, can you say Space Command too?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Space Command Studios. The Space Command Studios tour. The Space Command Studios tour is starting now. Over there with Mark Zingri.
Okay.
So please join the tour now.
Dave.
And thank you for coming to Space Command Studios.
Yep.
And so you're.
Thank you, and thank you all, Mr. Sci-Fi, for watching.
This is Adam Sartain, guys.
Yeah, you guys know me.
Voice actor, legend.
And associate producer on Space Command.
Great stuff. Oh,
And now I'll bring it back to Sage.
thanks, babe. We don't need it anymore. Hey guys, sorry I left you lonely. Trying to make sure we don't lose battery here. Yep, it's working. Thank you so much, Unbeliever. I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm gonna get some more.
Stick the two in. Come on, guys.
Yes.
Workspace, hyperspace.
This is our faster than light drive ship that we built. They can't hear everything. Let me get around this way. Thank you so much, Kevin. Trying my best. Check out this sick set piece, guys. Maybe get someone in the captain's chair.
Okay.
We're going to Texas.
Oh, it's traffic.
There's traffic. The asteroids? This is what it's like to play at Space Command Studios. Yeah, come be a part. Computer! Cam is in command. That's what Kevin Scott 76 said. All right, we're moving. Some vintage space helmets for children.
But anyway, you can trust me. And yeah, it's right there. Yeah. There you go.
One or the other, exactly.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, guys, had to adjust. Guys, my phone is getting really hot. Sorry. This is from Conquest
And
on
because
Netflix.
science fiction has an aesthetic that can go from, so it's
Look, this is really cool. It's like asymmetrical. These are the fancy ones. All right, guys, we're heading on another tour. Say hi, Eileen. Say hi, Judith. Say hi, Evie. Hi. I'm sorry. So sorry. Sometimes you get a little tripped up at Space Command. Just keep walking. All right, let's catch up to the boss man. Mr. Zikri has some pep in his step tonight, as we are surrounded by friends. Isn't this a cool boss shot? I like the formation. What do you guys think? gorgeous, gorgeous little. It's a good time.
And feel free to ask any questions along the way, guys. I mean, this is my toy box. This is how, I mean, the lovely thing is really, you can imagine stuff putting together. It's just, I mean, wonderful. I was on the Star Trek set when I was a kid, and that kind of inspired all of these. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. So when a big science fiction TV show or movie ends, I acquire what I can afford. So yeah. So Pop Store told me that I'm the only person who can buy the largest item. So we've been here all told. We started the first Kickstarter campaign was 2012, and we took 2 years to build the studio infrastructure. We rolled camera in 2014, and then 2015, 2016, 2017, pretty much every year since. And that, but it was all ramping up towards finishing the first season of Space Command as a proof of concept, really to say this is the quality work. And then the 5 pilots, that's the next stage. The 5 pilots, the feature. Ideally, what I would love to be doing is multiple series, multiple features. We're already starting to work on it. We're already starting to get the second stage show. There's never projects. The feature's going to be, and there's 2 series left. So, because there's a right like a theory and feature, etc. And so forth.
And we're going to be filming the pilot for one of the showrunners projects
next month. We start to shoot. And Adam is both behind the camera and in front of the camera. We're going to squish him in
I
space
hop
battle.
between.
Yeah, he's going to be on a turret, and we're going to squish him. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great fun. And but also, you know, most of our stuff is family oriented. It's like Star Trek, where it's not a kids show. But something you sit down with your family and watch. You know?
Now, when you film here,
Yes. Yes. This is. And hello, Mr. Sci-Fi fans who are watching. Hi, guys. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Yeah, there's plenty of room. Plenty of room. And again, feel free to ask questions. There we go. Hello. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, just keep them coming. Keep them coming. Okay, there. Anyone else? Oh, yeah. There's one. There's one. There we go. Great. And by the way, what's in this little necklace are pieces of Mars, interestingly enough. So, you know, as one has. You know, so, okay. So, so these are space. See, this is a small part of the spacesuit collection. In 1959, CBS did a TV series called Men into Space that only lasted 1 season, and then the costumes were used in Twilight Zone and Outer Limits. So Shatner wore that on some. And here's another one of them. There was a great episode of Twilight Zone called Death Ship that Richard Matheson wrote. That costume was used in. And this is from Rocky Jones' Space Ranger, and the helmet was a helmet sold to kids in the 1950s. Wow. Real metal, you know. Great. And then we had a spacesuit contest, and one of the categories. Yeah, one of the categories of the spacesuit contest was build a spacesuit for $100 or less entirely from parts from Home Depot. So that's the winner. And then, and in addition to the 12 Hours of Space Command, I wanted to do a prequel.
Hi from Denise and Sarah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Hi. So we did a prequel episode that was 30 years before the start of the first episode. And so we did it as an audio play with our entire cast, and then we did it as a graphic novel. These are some of the pages from the graphic novel by a wonderful artist. Yeah, it's a wonderful artist named Tani Farr. And we're almost done with it, and then we're combining them into an animatic, which is like an animated storyboard. And so, and people ask where I get all this stuff from. So auction houses, eBay, Halloween attractions,
and sometimes the side of the road.
Yes, like this sofa, that table, all from people throw them out in my neighborhood, and I carry them home. You know, so I drag this home. So great. So over here.
And this room is our de facto lobby.
Yes. Yeah. And so this is the helmet that Jones wears in Space Command. Again, designed by my friend Ian McCaig and then crafted by a really good artist. And then we had a sculpture garden at one point. I had Ethan McDowell, our lead jackhammer, and in the background you see me. And so,
can I ask you a question? If somebody comes here and they have a design concept for their piece, they want to use you guys to craft things, like how much you can do that as well?
How many on the feed?
Can, but we had like the stage 20 before
People come in and out.
Here.
Say hi.
We can point them the way toward people
But you know, this will be saved, so
We have
all
basically we have an in-house editor.
people
We
can
have
enjoy.
the beginnings of an in-house VFX team. And in terms of fabrication, we usually just job it out to whoever's talented. Because again, it's all about revenues and what we can afford to do. Because we're shooting, I mean, what we're using to fund Space Command would be the catering budget on science, on a movie or TV show. So we're doing it we're pulling off amazing things. But ultimately, yes, I'd love to have a full fabrication unit, and then in here,
Which is the office.
Yeah, he loves showing the office today.
Not a lot of space in there.
Hi, friends. I'm still here. We have more
Are you
friends.
filming yourself now?
This is a live stream.
Oh, nice.
I want to come visit you in August when we can come up to get Houston. Please do come visit. I did. Well, it's a little cramped in there, guys, so
I've seen it all.
I will be entertaining you for now. I'm gonna do it now. Backwards. Z, X, Y. What after that?
W.
W,
V.
V, U. Do you want to do it?
No.
It's harder than it sounds.
Let's get another look at that Doug. The Doug Jones, everybody.
I swear that wasn't a fart.
I swear. Adam, how long have you been involved with Space Command for?
I have been unofficially involved with Space Command for nearly 10 years. And involved, 9 and a quarter years, let's say. I've been an investor, and next month it will be 7 years officially involved as an employee. Although that sort of is ending, I'm moving into more of a volunteer.
He's branching out, but
Yes.
You've left your mark.
I've left my mark.
great.
Yes, and we're grateful for it. Okay.
Oh, we're moving on into the storage facilities.
Into our warehouse,
Our Space
where
Command
we
warehouse.
make things and also shoot
And shoot
things.
things and eat things. On shootings.
Build the sets and wire stuff up and features for you.
And you said it was your toy box. That's my
Toy
toy box.
box, exactly. Well, she can reach things that I can't reach. Exactly. But this is just gorgeous. We're going to use this in the cargo ship. It's very retro. And this is from Rebel Moon. This chair.
I decided to go to electronic.
Cleaned it up and re-electrified.
I love Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I've seen the.
Yeah,
So sad ending.
it was.
But it was a good show.
Yeah,
And so
5 was awesome.
20 feet long, 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
$15 each. And so we're going to be making that into a cargo ship, and including part of the station. So that's actually cardboard, and great for set dressing, as are those things over there. And then this also came with the subway. It's like you can use that. And these came with the subway. These are warheads from the movie War Games, and as Vlad can tell us, this is not Russian. It's merely gobbledygook in Cyrillic. And Vlad.
Yeah.
You'll verify that these Cyrillic letters don't make any sense at all. Right?
I'm sorry, but
This is from the movie War Games. And that's gibberish, right? It's gibberish, yes, exactly. Right, my friend Greg Jean built these. And so then this is just where we build stuff. This is a chair from Paradox. And then there's some of the flats, the sets that we put together. Again, it's like a gigantic Lego set.
Yeah.
And then let me take over stage 2.
So it gets really fun.
Of course, all the tools and
Everything.
Yes.
to fabricate things where we need
Where
to.
and how we make them. Tag us at Space Command Studios. Adam, can you wait by the door until every single person? Yeah, thank you.
Got it.
My friend Greg Jean, who built the city and Blade Runner and the mothership and Close Encounters in the Stargate Pyramid and Beeger, one day he was working at MGM and he looked over at the dumpster and they were throwing out the spacesuit from 2001: The Space Odyssey. So he took it home. And so he made a copy of the helmet, and that's that copy. And then there was an IBM commercial where they recreated the spacesuit from 2001. So we're restoring this, so it's going to be, gorgeous when it's all done. So and then this is we shot a scene in the Hall of Heroes, so that's that. This is stage 2. So this is when I was 12, Western costume. I'll wait for everyone. You guys can come on in. Yeah.
Hi, class.
Yay.
Welcome, welcome.
There we go.
Shadow
Yeah,
box.
come on in, come on in. Gotta eat it. Yeah. Hello. Come on in. Yeah. It's good. It's good. This is stage 2. Oh, yeah. Yes.
And the Spencer and Toys R Us thing.
It's like that. Well, the fun part about all of this is, for me, science fiction is magical. And when I was 10 years old, I got to go on the Star Trek set for the last episode of the original Star Trek series ever shot, Turnabout Intruder. And I got to sit in the captain's chair and stand on the transport with a little light bulb that's screwed in and go to engineering and sick bay. And I said, when I was 10, I want one. I want my own studio. And so it's as magical now as it was to that 10-year-old, And I love science fiction. The great thing about science fiction is you can say something truthful and profound and for our time, but you can also set it in a universe that has infinite possibilities. So it's wonderful in that way. So when I was 12, Western Costume, which is they provide costumes for movies and TV shows, they had a sale that was open to the public because we never did that. So this was for sale for $25. It's a real spacesuit. Wow. It's a real spacesuit. If the atmosphere left this room, this is the one I would put on. And, but my mom bought it for me, and it was used in the Twilight Zone episode called Parallel. Wow. And I wore it when I was 15. There's a photo of me at 15 years old wearing this, and then I wore it again in the Space Cadet pilot. And I have one line, which is wow. Wow. And so I love these cameos. And the best place to get props and sets and costumes from is a big budget science fiction movie with great design, which no one sees. It just falls like a stone. So there was a movie called Cloverfield Paradox. It was set on a space station. It had incredible visual design. So when it aired, I called J.J. Abrams and I said, what are you going to do with those sets? And he said, well, we've already gotten rid of them. Fortunately, they came up for auction. I bought a ton of them. So this is Cloverfield Paradox. That's Cloverfield Paradox. The chairs were thrown out of my neighborhood, got them off the sidewalk. And then over here, that spacesuit is from the recent Austin Space TV show. That suit is from Cloverfield Paradox. This one is from a movie called Red Mars that starred, what was his name? I'm running blank for a moment on the name, but it'll come back to me. But it's it's great. It's gorgeous. This is from a TV show called Tom Corbett's Space Cadet that was aired live in the early 1950s. Then it was used on another show called Space Patrol. That was also from the early 1950s. A great show, and I love this one. This is the old space we have. That's from the Red Skelton Show, which was a comedy show that was on in the 60s. This was worn by Benedict Cumberbatch in a movie called Dark Side of the Earth. It's a great steampunk design. This is another panel from Cloverfield Paradox. We're going to bring screens in and getting that up and running.
That was very first man in the moon.
Yes, very much so. This is Cloverfield Paradox. This is a Russian spacesuit from the movie 2010, The Year We Made Contact. The helmet is an actual spacesuit evacuation suit in case of depressurization. My friend Jay Pitcher gave me that. This is a prototype suit from 2010, The Year We Made Contact. Helmet, this one worn by John Lithgow. This is an engineering suit from Star Trek Motion Picture and Star Trek Wrath of Khan. A few years ago, I did a Star Trek episode with George Takei, and we recreated the spacesuit from the original series that was used in the episode called Floating Web. So that's the spacesuit that we built. And I love it. It's like the Las Vegas spacesuit.
Yeah.
This is from Firefly and Serenity. The helmet's just this helmet you can buy off eBay. It's a kid's helmet. And we redressed it for use in one of our scenes. That was from the Carol Burnett show. Oh, wow. So it's Bob Mackie, obviously the Golden Egg. That's from Jane the Virgin, that suit. So you can never know where you can find something. I mean, if you cruise eBay enough with phrases like screen use spacesuit, you can find something. I mean, who would have thought Jane the Virgin? Another quote, the Paradox console is that behind you. These two chairs are from a movie called Rebel Moon from recently, Zack Snyder. This console was from Star Trek Beyond, the third J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. That giant robot over there is from Real Steel. Various heads. From Black Adam, the one that started Rock, and that he uses the weapons console. And it's how phenomenal.
Check out the
This
tapes.
product could easily cost $100,000 to do, and we get them for pennies on the ground. So then over here, this is this panel, that panel. These two consoles are what's the paradox screen here? Paradox screen. This is from the Expanse. Also the backpack. This is from the those are soundtracks, guys. And we also have Space Intruders. This is Archer's Space Enterprise. And this console is from Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. Lights up, everything works. And this is from Jupiter Ascending. And again, you just find this stuff and you use it. This is from a movie called Passengers that starred Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, yes. And again, beautiful visual design. It's the ultimate creepy stalker story, you know. And that's from Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. This escape hatch thing is from Ender's Game. And the cool part was that during the pandemic, there was a guy who had his backyard as a Halloween attraction. He couldn't put on the Halloween attraction for 2 years, and his son said, "I want the backyard back." So he sold off all of the stuff, and he had a lot of science fiction stuff. So that Ender's Game piece was from that sale, and he basically said, "Would you like that? It'd be $100." And it's $100, and it's gorgeous. So that's Spacesuit Supernova. James Spader wore that. The helmet and belt are from Prometheus. Idris Elba wore that belt. The helmet next to him, that is a MiG fighter, a real helmet. It has pilots in the suit on the back. The vest is from Cloverfield Paradox. The pressure suit is from China, interestingly enough. The suit next to that is from Pluto Nash, and the one right next to it is Pluto Nash also, and Eddie Murphy wore that one. Next to that suit is from Supernova. Beyond that, the one that's got blood on it is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Next to that, the helmet is from
We're live streaming. We've got Benny and Emily, they're beloved table members, and we're so happy to have them here tonight. Hello? Who's going into cryo?
Yeah, and then yeah, this is used in the UK, and I never worked it. So we thought out the movie. So this is yes.
Yeah, we're having a grand time here today.
Yeah, it's great. Again,
Hey, Mark.
yes.
Look, we have Benny and Emily.
Ben and Emily. Hi, Ben and Emily. So I'll just finish this off here.
Okay. Oh, these are so sick.
And this is from Defying Gravity, and this is from The Martian. This is from The
Oh,
Martian.
if you guys want to take any photos, please do.
And
Just
it's fine to take photos. It's fine to post. You know, and yeah. And so again, that was a shape from Space Above and Beyond the Aliens. I mentioned that's Real Steel. This is an exoskeleton we built from the episode Forgiveness that we just shot. This is from Defying Gravity. The helmet's from the TV show Castle. It was also used in a documentary set on Mars. And this is from The Martian, one of the greatest designs ever.
oh, yeah, this is sick. No way.
Really?
Can you tell us a tidbit?
What'd you do?
I was rigging busboy for 9 years ago.
Wow, that's
That's
great.
Castle.
Wow. Oh, that's great. That's great. So yeah, so this is
And we did
All right.
a landing.
Wait till everyone gets up.
Lunar
yes.
landing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can see how this could be a great rental space, of course, and you know, and invest funds.
This can be yours to play with. You can find us on Peerspace now.
Basic sets as part of this rental fee. If you want costumes or handcuffs, those are extra.
So, right, a basic set.
Yeah.
Console.
Yeah, consoles, control panels, but also let's say for one for something like a or interviews or whatever. Then these spaces can be used as backspace. You know, so that
Well, I just like to build
I
the
know.
space environment
Easily.
Yeah, you can
Yes.
mix and match.
You got some flats and you just need some lights.
No big deal. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Ridley's got it.
Endless
And then
possibilities.
exactly. Yes. So it's very, very fun. And yeah.
I love that look.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, we've shot up there before too.
Yeah. Well, but yeah.
And you've shot
Yeah.
that up there?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
We used to have a ship that addressed the entire space as a fleet flagship, you know, and had a space battle, and we had people up there as well. So it was a two-story set in essence. And so yeah, so that's you know, again, it's incredibly versatile, and you know, so, and it's kind of fun for me because since I love the space science fiction, it's fun to have Easter eggs in space cameras, like where somebody can go, oh, I recognize that. You know, it's really fun because when I was a kid, you know, you watch it like George Palace's Time Machine, and you say, oh, that's great. And yeah, it's okay, great. And so I love being able to continue that tradition. And you know, so it's very fun. And I name all of these Space Command chapters after golden age science fiction writers. Just so people may find them.
I got to be Danielle O'Bannon.
Yes, after Danielle O'Bannon, because she played with me in the Alien High School play, and so when I cast her in Space Command, I named her after Danielle O'Bannon, who wrote Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did Alien as a play in 2019, and I got to meet Sigourney Weaver.
So fun.
It was really cool. Yeah, it's actually on Mark's channel.
Yes.
If you want to check it out.
Sci-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, it wasn't.
They did it.
We just decided to do
Yes,
it. Yeah.
exactly. So that's the mic. Don't forget.
Oh, thank you. What? This is not the mic. This is a piece of the mic.
It's a piece of something. It's a piece of something.
It's something sci-fi. Okay, guys, give me a sec. You having fun here, guys? Space Command. Okay. Alright, guys, take your photos. We're gonna be moving on back to the main stage.
Copy. Let's take a quick video.
Yeah, go ahead. I just need people to take them so I can herd them. How are my live streamers doing? Thank you guys for holding on all night. I really appreciate it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Ned. You guys want to take some pictures? Let's take some pictures of you guys.
Well, you know, they have dogs in space.
Space Command.
What's going on? Computer. What are the issues?
Oh no. Something's wrong.
What happened? Have you checked the...
We're in the wrong quadrant.
No. What are the coordinates?
I'm doing great. My arm's a little tired though. Yeah. It's all good.
How are we on guys?
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, if anyone wants a photo, let me know, and then we're gonna head out of here so I can close up. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are in the studio.
Yeah, that
I can't see that signal.
Go ahead, yeah.
Wow.
That console.
Okay, where should we take it?
I guess, let's see. I guess
Cool. There's cool.
okay, I guess maybe around. Okay.
Yeah, how about that? Thank you for pushing through and keeping the stream going. I'm trying my best, guys. Thanks for appreciating it. Do you have, yeah, do we have,
I can take a picture on my phone, but do you have your own phone?
Okay, so where are we going, Benny?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
One,
Oh, this is so cute.
3. Another one. 1, 2, 3.
So I'll have them on the live stream. They look so cute.
Yes. And 1, 2, 3. Yes. Cool.
Can we get one here too? I feel like you can't see the stuff in the back. Little puppy at the screen. Oh, Commander! You little Commander.
I'm trying to get it to look this way.
Yeah. Honestly, I could probably get something from the live.
Yeah, that works.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Hi. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Hey, Stella.
Hey, so.
Yes, I will show Mark the pictures of the Lego ship and ink drawing. The only reason is I only have this phone right now, so. All right, guys, we're gonna head out. Is there anyone left in here? I don't think so. Okay. Let's do a final sweep. Okay, make sure no one's hiding back there. I know it's really cool in here, but you can't live here. But you can rent it out on Peer Space, baby. Is everyone having a fun old time? All right, time to rejoin the crowd. Hello, darlings.
It's just excruciating pain in my foot.
Oh, just excruciating, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've met me on Saturday morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's Barbara.
Welcome.
She doesn't
Yes.
even have to brag about it.
Barbara.
We just finished in there.
I gotta find her. I haven't seen her in a while.
Last I saw her, she was in the studio.
All right, I think I'm gonna head back so I can put this down. Yeah. Yes, we will. And then maybe we can switch to Adam Sartain's phone.
Yeah, but it was a rough patch for me for a while. Mark gave me.
I don't want anything to.
Whenever Mark says, show
Well, okay. All right, Mark.
That's exactly what
I'm doing great.
we do.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun.
Yeah. Space Command.
Space Command.
It's just magic. You know, it's like, it's lovely. So I was raised, my mom, I really about my mom. And she was a divorced mom raising me.
Your phone is playing.
My phone is talking. Nice. There we go. But the thing was that my mom was very compassionate and she encouraged me to follow my enthusiasms. And she would drive me to bookstores and libraries.
That's
and
why you're so
museums.
eccentric.
Yes, yes. Yes. Eccentric. But the fact that I was given free rein to wherever I wanted to go.
Even space.
Yes. And when I grew up, I very much grew up in the 60s and 70s because that was the space race. And so science fiction and real science. And we ran I think I was often regularly on the news talking about the Apollo missions and so forth. So it all felt very organic, very hopeful. And so I was very lucky. I mean, to meet Billy Mooney when I was 7, to go on the Star Trek set and meet Michelle Nichols when I was 10. Start my first science fiction was like 15, 16 years old, meeting this great writers, Theodore Sturgeon. We became friends and mentors. So I feel myself very much part of a tradition of mentorship, and science fiction is very, very nurturing to its both the fans and to the writers. The writers always start as fans and then become professionals. So it's a very nice world to live in. Got to tell you. So no, exactly, and also none of the stereotypes. Because I love the thing is that my friends who are black or Latino or Asian or anything, straight, trans, whatever. In science fiction, they can be an individual, and they can be the character, and they don't have to be. So that's why Uhura in Star Trek was such a George Takei's. I mean, that started that tradition, and I love the fact that I don't have to write to the stereotype. I can write I basically write characters and cast whoever I want to cast. And that's really great. And I often write specific people, particularly stars like Robert Picardo and crafted those voices. And it's super fun. It's super fun. When I did the Star Trek episode with George Takei, the agent said, we have to see the script before George would say yes. And I said, you don't understand, we won't write the script, just in it. So he had to trust us, and we did. And we went on to great success. So, anyway.
Hey Mark,
Yes.
I used to be very much into steampunk.
Yes.
I made some stuff and props. I'd like to show them to you. If you want them, I'll give them to you because
Great.
I'm done cosplaying, but I have
Great.
no use for them.
I'd love that stuff. Just,
Yeah. I'll show
yeah.
you.
Absolutely. That'll be great.
25.
I really like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think it might be okay to end the live stream for
Well,
the night.
okay. I think we're gonna realize the stage is controlling my mind. I can't say no to
Ooh.
her. So, but thank you all for having been here. Thank you all for you want to be part of this. If you want to invest in Space Command, markzippy@gmail.com. That's how you get in touch with me. It's very simple, very straightforward. And thanks for being here. I love doing it. Until next time, Mark Zippy, Mr. Sci-Fi, Mark Zippy, Space Command. See you next time.
Okay, guys. Tune in later. Bye.
Hey.